Wait! Stop everything! I've got something to say!
Gravity Falls has a special place in our hearts. Whether it's the mysteries of Gravity Falls or the lovable characters, there's always something to love about our weird little town. But today, we'll be focusing on the not-so-beloved characters and figure out which ones should be banished to the other dimension. I'm Kyle with Wicked Binge, and these are the worst Gravity Falls characters and why they suck. As usual, we'll be starting with the characters who suck the least and working our way down to the most hated. Now, this may anger a lot of people, but at the bottom of this list we have Mabel Pines. And before you start yelling at us in the comment section, just hear us out. Mabel is beloved by the characters and the fans. Her enthusiasm and free spirit gives a smile to everyone, and she's very loyal to her family. For most of Season 1, she acted as the supportive sister and the happy-go-lucky character that everyone wants to be friends with. However, we're giving her this spot for a couple of good reasons. Mabel has made more selfish decisions in the second season. In the episode Into the Bunker, she decided to shove Dipper and Wendy into a closet to get Dipper to confess his feelings. This unintentionally put them in danger due to the shapeshifter, and Mabel didn't believe them when they said there was a monster with them.
The only monsters are your own inner demons, Dipper!
In the episode The Love God, she hit Robbie and Tambry with a love potion, despite the Love God warning her that it would cause major social consequences. In the series finale Weird Mageddon, Mabel used her prison to create Mabeland, a world full of fantasies in an attempt to escape from reality. She allowed her emotions and fear of growing up to cloud her mind, and she refused to go back to reality. She got Wendy and Suze to embrace Mabeland, much to Dipper's anger and disagreement. And we can't forget that she created Dippy Fresh, a character replacement of Dipper that the fandom hates. Overall, she's at the bottom of this list since Mabel is a beloved character in the series, and while she has the best intentions, we can't get past the selfish decisions she's made in the series. Moving on to Grunkle Stan's brother, Ford Pines. Ford was introduced in the second half of Season 2. He was revealed to be the author of the journals and Stan's twin brother. Dipper believes he got his smarts and logical thinking from his great-uncle Ford. His character was shrouded in mystery, and when he was finally introduced, we picked up a lot of backstory for him in Grunkle Stan. Dipper likes Ford better than Stan, but we list him as one of the worst characters for not having enough character development. He resented Stan for what he did back in high school, but he didn't move on or get any character development until the series finale. Next is Mabel's former archenemy, Pacifica Northwest. Pacifica was a stereotypical rich girl that brushed off Mabel, as well as her friends and the Pines because she was rich, and they weren't.
Tell your servant I like his W-neck.
Yes!
She would go out of her way to humiliate Mabel and crush any kind of hopes and dreams she had. For 3/4 of the series, she served as a minor antagonist for Mabel and the gang, and Mabel would do her best to prove her wrong. She does deserve to be on this list as fans did hate her annoying rich girl traits. However, she doesn't rank lower since we did get some character development for her. In the episode Northwest Mansion Mystery, we learned more about her family and how Pacifica was treated by her parents. Her great-great-grandfather, Nathaniel Northwest, became notably snobbish, excluded common folk from the grand party against his promise, and we learned the achievements the family claimed throughout their history were lies. Pacifica didn't tell Dipper because she was afraid to stand up to her parents. She regretted what she did, and she didn't want to be like them. So while Pacifica is still working on being a better person than her parents and her family, we have to keep her on the list. Next, we have the main antagonist of the series, Bill Cipher. Bill is a pretty mixed bag when it comes to popularity among fans. He's a character that fans love and hate. Bill is the main villain of the series and is seen to be very powerful, but can be weak at times.
This is our town now, boys!
He causes every beloved character pain wherever he goes. He possessed Dipper, manipulated Mabel with the prison he made for her, and tormented the residents of Gravity Falls. So while Bill is an evil and manipulative villain, he just doesn't rank any lower because there are fans that have much more love for Bill than hate. In 4th place, just outside the podium, we have the spoiled brat, Gideon Gleeful. It shouldn't be a surprise to see Gideon on the list. When we were introduced to him, he seemed like a kind and generous kid with psychic powers. powers. Gideon gains a massive crush on Mabel, and they date for a little bit. After Dipper attempts to let Gideon down easy for Mabel, Gideon's true colors are revealed. He's a psychopath and a liar that will stop at nothing to get what he wants. He's also a spoiled brat who takes over the Mystery Shack to find the journals and gain the ultimate power he desires.
Woo-wee! Like when the apocalypse dragged in.
After he was proven to be a fraud and a liar, he was sent to prison and later attempted to escape. While he is a horrible character to the series and the fans, we can't rank him lower because in the finale, he promised to end his evil deeds. And furthermore, our top 3 are just way more hated. Our bronze medal for worst character in Gravity Falls is going to Gideon's father, Bud Gleeful. This may be an odd choice to put Bud on the list over Gideon, but we have a good reason. Bud is Gideon's father and a paltering con man like Stan. He runs Gleeful's auto sale in Gravity Falls. He is polite, kind, and friendly to everyone, but he palms off used cars as brand new. However, the main reason we're giving him the bronze medal is because of his lack of parenting skills. He lets Gideon get whatever he wants and lets him do whatever he wants, nor does he dispense any punishment when he misbehaves.
What have I told you?
Tickling, it no laughing matter.
Basically, he raised Gideon to be the selfish, condescending jerk that he is. He has a more malicious side in the episode The Stanchurian Candidate, where he runs for mayor of Gravity Falls. He only wanted to run so that he could pardon Gideon and release him from prison, though he only gets the bronze medal because most of the things he does are out of fear for his own son, though you really shouldn't let your own misbegotten kid run your life. Our silver medal for worst character in Gravity Falls is Wendy's ex-boyfriend, Robbie Valentina. Robbie is a typical grumpy teenager who we would probably know from school. He's apathetic, cold, and condescending towards younger kids, especially Dipper. With his careless attitude, he is insensitive to people's needs, thoughts, and opinions. Although he does care for Wendy, he lies to her a lot to have her love. What makes him really hated is that it feels like Robbie's only role for the show is to be a rival to Dipper, which is a trope that has become quite boring.
Oh man, I am so gonna enjoy this.
After Wendy breaks up with Robbie, he attempts to get back together with Wendy several times throughout the series, until the episode The Love God. Overall, Robbie is pretty hated with the fan community because of the monotonous trope. However, we feel that there are not one, but 2 people who are worse than he is, and earn the ranking of most hated characters in Gravity Falls. So without further ado, our gold medal for worst characters in all of Gravity Falls are Pacifica's parents, Preston and Priscilla Northwest. Out of all the characters in Gravity Falls, Preston and Priscilla are undoubtedly the worst characters in the show. We'll be ranking them together since they play about the same role. They're the richest people in Gravity Falls, along with their daughter, Pacifica. Like many wealthy socialites, they look down on the lower class, seeing them as worthless and disgusting. In the episode Northwest Mansion Mystery, we see more of their true character. Preston is merciless, ruthless, and callous, and sees anyone below him as tools for his own benefit. He even goes on to call them their kind.
Do you think they'd come here if they had to rub elbows with your kind?
While Priscilla is very vain and takes great pride in her looks. She allows Preston to control their daughter by ringing a bell so that she can live up to their standards. Neither of them care for Pacifica, only seeing her as a tool for the Northwest family name. What really wins them the gold medal is that they don't seem to care about other wealthy socialites either. When the ghost of Northwest Manor turns everyone into wood and attempts to burn down the mansion along with everyone in it, Preston and Priscilla simply go into their panic room and attempt to leave everyone for dead, just to protect their family name. This proves that they have no shame for what they've done, and would rather run from their problems than face them. So both Preston and Priscilla more than deserve the gold medal for worst characters in all of Gravity Falls. We might even list them in the journals as monsters if we can.